Hello and welcome to MGTracey, the channel that has something for everybody. Tracy and I started this channel over 10 years ago and we've reviewed everything from Florida car hire, when we get there, through to our best appliances, from vacuums to coffee machines. Now, one of the areas that's different between the UK and the USA is to do with the vacuums and the different brand names. So Shark was relatively unknown in the UK until 4 or 5 years ago, and they sort of slowly moved to the position that with some of our retailers it's now the best selling vacuum, having overtaken Dyson. And I think that's done quite a bit on the price point. It's usually half to a third the price of some of the top Dysons. So we're going to have a look at the Shark cordless stick. This is the latest one, and see how it compares to the Dyson V11 Absolute. So this was a Black Friday special deal. I'll put the links below if you'd like to see the best price you can get this vacuum for. This is the Shark Anti-Hair Wrap and Duo Clean Cordless Vacuum. The series number is IZ201 UK, so it'd be slightly different if you're elsewhere in the world, but with the same machine, just different voltages and things. So this has up to a 40 minutes runtime. You tend to find that's only if you're using it in the base mode, and that tends to fall off a bit after you've had the machine a year or so in past experience. It has anti-hair wrap, which I think is very important to a lot of people, particularly if you've got long hair, and like me, if you've got any hair, that'd be nice. And of course, if you've got pets, that's really good. It has sort of 2 brushes on the head that stop it all getting wound up around it. It has the flexology, so you can bend and get under different bits of furniture, which is very good. You've got a special pet hair removal tool, and it's a sealed unit for anti-allergen, which in the UK that's often referred to as HEPA class, which is sort of a hospital standard for very clean air. So the air coming out of the vacuum is much cleaner than the air that's already you're breathing, which is great for all these types of machines. Okay, let's build it now and see what it looks like. So one of the things I like about the packaging is it's like the paper mache recycled cardboard rather than polystyrene. So this is dead easy to recycle. Polystyrene is not. They've gone away from all the plastic bags, which is excellent. So you're just using paper bags. Plastic bags we know tend to end up in the sea, giving wildlife a lot of trouble. And all the rest of it is just pieces of cardboard as well. So big thumbs up for that. A completely eco box. Everything that we've seen in the packaging is recyclable. You've got a good UK plug. It's not too big and chunky. Some manufacturers, because they don't make specifically for the UK, they adapt to European plugs. You end up with quite a cumbersome thing. This is fine. You've got a natty bag to keep your bits and pieces in, which is quite fun, isn't it? This is the reflexology bit that allows you to bend. This is something that Dyson doesn't have. I don't know that many people use it, to be honest. A lot of our furniture goes to the floor, so unlike American furniture there isn't a gap there anyway, but if you do have that, I think that's quite a neat thing. It looks and feels a bit odd the first time you're using that system, but it's fine. This here is your motorised pet tool. So this is not something I've seen before. It's not something Dyson has, so I don't have a pet. This is the very, very heavy head, and of course this is where one of the differences are, that you've got 2 rollers and a sort of a comb here that is taking these hairs off. You're not forever having to do this, which you still have to on the Dyson. And even worse to the Dyson, some of it tends to get into places you've got to disassemble the head really to free it every so often. Now, I don't know, we'll see how this gets long term, but you can see as that dual head there, that's something a bit special. And it's rather impressive looking. So you've got a row of lights as well here. Of course the latest Dysons at the top end of the range have a laser to help you see what dust is on the floor. And the lights, that's really good again if you're going underneath furniture. This is very heavy though. It's much, much heavier. I guess because it's got 2 motors or some gearing for the 2 rollers. It's much, much heavier than the Dyson. Whether that makes a difference when you're trying to clean the stairs or not, I'm not sure, but that's pretty chunky there. And here's the main unit itself, your charge point here, and you use it this way up. So the markings are for bare floor or carpet, and this is your on-off switch. That's bare floor. And then if you go up to the next one, you've got another little trigger here which can give you a boost in either mode. So top is carpet, bottom is off, middle is bare floor. Need to have a little boost of power, hit the trigger. And you've got a normal sort of size bin there for emptying. So if we have a look at what options you've got on here, you need to peel off all your little stickers and do that slowly. If you pull them too fast, you will find you leave a residue on, so pull them slowly. So you've got lots of buttons here. You've got two here, one each side. Sorry, you've got one here and some where you hold on the side. That releases your battery. You can buy second batteries for the Shark and then they click in. On a lot of Dysons, this battery is screwed in. It's not on the 15, but on a lot of them it is, so it makes swapping the battery a lot easier with that Shark system. So in normal use, you're just going to be sliding here to get rid of the dust and debris into the bin there. But once a month or so, you need to clean the main filters. So that's this button here. Pull this bit, the whole thing undocks. And you'll find here are your sort of pre-motor filters, etc. that help keeping the air really clean. So you need to take those two things out and give them a wash, put them on the radiator, dry them in the sun, and then pop them back in. Make sure they're definitely fully dry before you use the machine again. Yeah, so there's your base unit. Okay, let's build this, put this together now, and we'll have a little play. Charging is very simple. You just plugging it in at the end there, and you've got some little sort of LED bars here. Well, when they're all full, you're fully charged. When you've only got one, you haven't got too much charge, so it comes with a little bit of a charge, but we'll leave that a little while so that it's fully charged, and we'll try it out on the floor. If you're having a close-up look here at the Duo Clean head, so when you start, you need to put your foot on there, and that will allow you just to unclip that, so you've got that flexible. It docks like that for storage. You've got a warning light here if you're getting too many hairs and it needs a bit of help getting tangled. I've never had that before, and if that's the case, you'll find you've got a little button on the side that you can just slide up and everything comes out very easily, so you can get at it and clean it, and you just dot that back in there. If you need to get any more undone of the unit, then you've got three things here that you can twist with a coin, and that will lift this bit out, which will give you access to this one if you're having any trouble. So here is the Duo Clean head running. You can see you've got the fantastic LEDs, you've got the two brushes running in opposite directions, and we can see from the LED everything's okay. If you get anything other than green, stop, have a look and see what's wrong. So here are the two machines, and you can see they're roughly the same length. I think actually they're a similar weight overall, but when you pick up the Shark, because that head is really quite heavy, it does feel a bit more cumbersome when you're just trying to first move it around. The Dyson feels a lot lighter, and maybe the weight is balanced better overall. But whichever way you look at it, the Shark is a beautiful machine. It has a quality feel to it. It all feels well built. You're going to get many years good service out of this. Okay, so we need to try it on the floor. Okay, here we go then with the Shark. It does feel odd doing that, but I guess if it gets you underneath the table or chairs easier, then great. And now we just tried a little boost mode. So overall noise level, I guess that's about the same as the Dyson. It just does feel heavier to handle, and the end does get a bit annoying. That is really quite heavy when you're trying to whiz that around compared to the Dyson. So let's have a look how we did. So this is a floor that has been vacuumed a lot because one of the twins and me are asthmatic. So, but you can see actually there's a fair bit in there. So anyway, leave me some comments below on how you get on with your vacuum, or if you have any questions on Dysons or Sharks or anything else, then I'd love to hear from you. Have a wonderful, peaceful Christmas. Please like, share and subscribe, and come back every day for a bit more fun with Tracey, me and the twins, here on MGTracey.